Hello everyone and welcome to the first assignment in PowerPoint. Now that we're all done with Access, we're going to move to something a little bit easier. I found Access a little bit challenging, and even though I teach it, I still find it challenging every time that I'm doing those assignments. But now that we're done with that, we're going to get to something a little bit easier. PowerPoint. Now, I would strongly suggest that you read and then of course do the simulation first. I always suggest that. There is a little bit of rigor, or not really rigor. The simulation had some weird things to it, so go ahead and try to knock that down first. There's quite a few questions. It's like 33 questions in that simulation. So here is the instructions. You can see that we've got 15 steps to complete. All this blue is things that we are going to type. Step 8 is probably the most challenging, so I'll go a little bit slow on that. Here is our file that we're going to be using. And so the fastest way to save is F12. I've already done this a couple of times, so I am going to make sure that I put in I have to save on top of my other file, if you will. And then these last four, I'm just going to say download. And then it brings up the zip file. And we are going to take integral and then do your shift or your control key and then accept or click on the rest of those. And we're going to say copy. And now we're going to go right over to our folder. And we're just going to paste all of those in. And yes, I have already done this, but I'll just skip that. And so when you go in there, we've got everything in there. Alrighty, let's minimize this, and then we can close out the starting materials, and we'll minimize. So the first instruction has us applying the integral theme. Let me move this over so you can get a good visual. The integral theme to the presentation. So to do that, we are designing, and so we are going to use the drop-down box, and it is the third one in the office category. So integral, and go ahead and click on that. Then the next step after you've applied that new theme, we are going to give our title slide some wording. So we are going to type Juno Highlights as the title of this presentation, and double check your typing, and then Kodiak West Travel as the subtitle. Next, you're going to insert a new slide, and to do that we need to go home and go to new slide, and we want to use content and caption as the layout. In the title placeholder, you will type the view from above, and then in the content placeholder on the right slide from the downloads, you are going to put in the aerial view JPEG picture. With that selected, and I know that I have it selected, I can see my selection handles, you will apply the beveled matte white picture style, and that's the second one. Next, in the text placeholder on the left, you're going to type the following paragraph, and make sure that you include the period at the beginning, or excuse me, at the end of the paragraph. And again, I can't stress enough, make sure that you review after you get done, or proofread. You don't want to miss any of those points. And once you get that done, then we'll move on to the next one. So now after you have that typed, you're going to insert a new slide. In this, you want the two content layout And for the title, you want On Land and Sea. And then in the content placeholder on the left, you are going to, and let me give you a visual on this. Let me move over the instructions. It's a little bit different. On the left, the placeholder on the left, you're going to type the following text, all of this. You're going to increase and decrease the list level as shown below. In this presentation theme, the first level bullet points do not include a bullet symbol. So this is the first level. The second level bullet points will include a bullet symbol. So we are going to start here, and we're going to the second level, and then when I'm typing this one, I am going to use the decrease, right, just like that. And again, I can't stress enough, make sure that you've got no typos. I've done this before, and I actually got kind of a low grade the first time around because I was going quickly and just trying to get done, and it actually, I had typos. So just make sure that you have no typos. Once you have that done, you are going to move to step 9, and it says in the content placeholder on the right now, you are going to insert the JPEG picture, and then with it selected, you're going to apply the rotated white picture style, and that just happens to be the very last style in that very first row. Step 10, you are going to insert a new slide, and with the picture and caption layout. So picture with caption layout. I love this one. I have not ever had a chance to use it, and I'm going to try and do that the next time I have to do a presentation. This is a new feature for 2016, and so I'm kind of getting excited. If I haven't told you, next April, Microsoft Office is coming out with updates for their programs for 2019. And I'm hoping there'll be some more cool features like this. Go ahead and put in there Mendel Hall Glacier for your title. And then we are going to go to the picture holder, and you're going to put in the falls for your picture. So just click insert, and look at how that takes up all of the slide. Very nice. Definitely that's a cool feature to have. Now we're going to, in the text placeholder for the subtitle, we are going to type, let me move the instructions over, give you a nice visual. We are going to type all of this. So in the text placeholder, type the following sentence, and again, don't forget to type or include the period. And you can tell that we need to include the period because the period is actually in blue. So let's go ahead and type that in. And then once you have that typed, just double check and proofread again. Now we're going to go to slide 4. Well, we're already there. We're going to do some notes. I suppose there's a couple of different ways you could do this. I just like keeping it very simple. I am down towards the bottom, and you can see that my pointer changes shapes, and I'm just going to make this a little bit smaller, and then I'm going to type the information in there. It's completely up to you how you want to get to this point. That's the other thing that I like about Bill Gates. you know, he's the millionaire and we're not, or billionaire and we're not. That's because he's given us several different ways to complete a move in Microsoft Office programs. So again, just make sure that you don't have any typos. I can see one and I will fix that in just a second here. And you will also want to have a period. So don't forget your period. And then when you have that all typed and you have looked at everything carefully, let's go ahead and insert a header footer. And we're going to go to notes and handouts, and we're going to be applying the date and time. Make sure that your page number is on there, and then we are going to add a footer. And by the way, you will be applying this to all slides because it says in, let me move this over, in the instructions, it says insert a header or footer on all notes and handouts, including the date and time, automatically, or update automatically the page number in the footer with the text Juno presentation. And so we'll go ahead and do that. And then the last step will be to display the document properties. And we're going to add a tag, and that will be Juno. And once that's done, go ahead and hit your save, and let's get this submitted. If you have any questions, you know where to find me in the Ask Dr. Barnes a question tab in Blackboard. I'm hoping that I got at least a 98 on this. I've done this a couple times, as I've said before. I'm not for sure what's going on. There's something kind of strange. I might need to, oh, here we go. Okay, so go ahead and upload, and then hit your submit for grading, and it looks like it's done. And let's go to complete. Let's see, I've got my fingers crossed. At least a 98. I'm hoping for 100. It's a little slow today, isn't it? So looks like I got a 98.7. 98.7. Let's take a look to see what happened. And I want you to have to make the same mistake. So let's go in. I think it has to do probably with those second level listings. I have tried that, and it is more than once. That's the only thing I missed. Of course, I've given you all unlimited attempts on this. If you don't like your 98.7 like I got, go ahead and feel free to redo it. At this point, I'm not going to, but again, if you've got any questions, let me know. Otherwise, good luck and enjoy.